What is up, super fam? I am Sensei Finito, and this is Battery CEO. And welcome to Marvel Bros, where we talk about all things Marvel and everything pop culture. So today we are actually doing a movie review. What movie review are we doing this for, my man?
Bro, we just got back from the Jungle Cruise. Wow.
Yes.
And that's an understatement. We had a blast.
We had a blast
with
this movie for sure. Yeah. This movie was definitely amazing from start to finish. I'll say that to just put a little bit of wet your whistle a little bit.
Yeah.
What is up, Boing? How are you doing? Thanks for tuning in with us today. Make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream. We really appreciate it all. Before we get into it too deep, I will say make sure you guys check out our website, www.marvelbros.com, where you can purchase our merchandise. You can watch this live as well, and you can also donate to us if you would like to help what we have going here for you guys. And you can also join our Discord on our website. So that link will also be coming to you guys in the comment section below.
And in addition to that, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvel Bros 23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. Of course, all our content and a lot more.
That is right, bro. And why don't you just start us off with this one, bro? Like, I know going into the movie, I asked you, like, what do you think this is going to be? And I believe, like you said, a 3.5, correct?
3.5, yep.
Okay, so do you feel good about that?
I feel pretty good. Almost
okay.
4.
All right.
Almost a 4, but there's a reason why I keep it at a 3.5.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, of course.
This movie was super fun. Definitely not a kids movie. Definitely a kids movie, but not just for kids movie.
Yes.
This movie was a nice blend of Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, and what was the other one that we were talking about?
Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, and a little Jumanji, I think.
And a little Jumanji. All of it combined.
All of the good things of those.
Yeah. There was a lot of laughs in this one. A lot of jokes. Very Jungle Cruise-esque, if you've ever been on the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland.
That's what I remember you guys saying.
I don't know. The performances were great, too. I didn't expect...
I agree. The performance... I was like, what?
Some of the emotional moments we had in the movie. I wasn't expecting that. So that was awesome. I think my only complaint, though, is that I wish it was a little more gritty and not so for kids. Because this movie definitely isn't like... It's not like Space Jam for kids, but like Marvel's Avengers for kids, but like more for the kids type of thing.
Yeah.
But still, there's some Avengers stuff in there that's for the adults as well. That's what this movie is. But I like one of the things I said after we left was this movie could have been way better if they really wanted to be a little more gritty and not make it so funny. Because it could have been the next big, like Indiana Jones, honestly. Like, I don't know how it could have been.
No, I agree with you completely. And I was even thinking that while watching the movie, there was a point in the movie where it was just like, whoa, like I think we kind of felt the vibe at the same time. Like, ooh, like this could have been like really amazing. I remember even at one point we both like you went to say something to me like, bro, this is like, and I was like, it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, right? And you were like, yeah, bro. And we were like right there. And it's like, yo, this movie, it felt so good to watch it. You know what I mean? That's what I like. It was enjoyable, like from like literally through and through from start to finish.
The music was cool.
The score was amazing.
We were like, yo, Indiana Jones though? Like, is that what's happening right now? Like,
they definitely were mixing that Indiana Jones vibe with their own type of, you know what I mean? Their own Disney twist to it, I guess you could say. Yeah. And I loved it, yo. I loved it.
Makes me excited for the new Indiana Jones, man. I don't think we're going to see it for a while because I think Harrison Ford just got hurt on set about a month ago, I think. So I don't know if we'll see that movie anytime soon, but that movie is happening. And now,
to be honest, I think they were talking about doing what they did with Luke Skywalker on The Mandalorian with that. and being able to continue that movie because I think there were what's it called? It's like called the deep fake. That's what it is. I think they're trying to use the deep fake technology to continue the Indiana Jones movie. If I'm not mistaken.
And Emily Blunt, man, like,
oh my goodness,
she could be the next Indiana Jones. I would not be opposed if there was a girl Indiana Jones. She'd be the one.
I see what you're saying.
She did a
like
really
if
good
they
job.
were to yeah, I
and they could honestly even continue this series with her as the lead, and even with The Rock. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just the vibe that they set up and dynamic that they had was not only relatable, I felt like, but was just fun to watch.
Yeah, I can agree with that completely. I will say that we were basically laughing through the entire, like the entirety of the movie. Like we really enjoyed it. All of us did. And I believe that, even the people that were in the theater with us were laughing. You know what I mean? They were laughing. They were having a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good movie. It was just a good experience to like kind of enjoy with your friends and with your family. And like you said, this is a kid movie, but it's not really a kid movie at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're at that exact, like at the cusp of it being like, you know what I mean? Like this is for the family to watch together. Really, it's not it's not an all kids movie.
It's like a low scoring. It's like a PG-13 movie, but like low key a PG movie at the same. Like I don't. It's like it's in that. It's like in that middle ground.
And it's a PG preteen.
Like it could have been a PG. If they got rid of like maybe 2 or 3 moments, basically, pretty much.
I think the I won't say it was scary, but I can see to a child how it could be. You know what I mean? Like that's even what Remy had said. She was like, I think some of those parts would have scared Jay, but overall, I think he would have liked them.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of how it would be for the majority of like the kid base. Is like, oh my goodness, what the heck is going on right now?
CGI was cool.
Oh yeah, actually, let's talk about that because that's
we were a little worried.
Yeah, because in the trailer, when we watched the trailer, if you want to go back and watch our trailer reaction, if you haven't seen the movie, that is, you can definitely do that. You can see that we were like, that was a little interesting. Like it was like a part in the trailer to where we were like, oh my goodness, this is definitely looks like the CGI is.
I think it was the first teaser or the first trailer they ever released. Something happened, and we were like, "Ooh, don't like that."
The CG was definitely on point in the movie, though. Like it was like, whoa, like it was really, it was the best. It was really a beautiful movie, though. Like it was the best it could have been. I can see what you're saying with that for sure, because like there are some things that you can see is like, but it's not bad though. Like it's not bad CGI. It's good CGI. It's not great CGI, mind you, but it's not bad.
Yeah. As you were saying though,
oh
no, you're pulling a battery.
I think I'm pulling a you. Yeah. Well, wait, what were we talking about? I don't even remember.
We just
when I started thinking about.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely were a little worried about the CGI, but it hit perfectly, I think.
Dang. I was about to say something. Now I remember, but I can't remember. It's okay. It'll come back to me.
I thought it flowed really well. It flowed really well.
It did. Yeah.
It wasn't jumping all over the place like another movie we just watched. I don't want to talk that much trash about it because it was actually a really good movie. But watch The Green Knight. Let us know what you guys think.
My man Obi-Wan coming through again. Much love to you. Hello there, my guys. Have either of you watched the Disney Plus show about the history of the Disney rides? The one thing about Jungle Cruise is fascinating. No, I don't think we have seen that, to be honest.
And the Jungle Cruise is very apparent in this movie. And I think we talked about it earlier. Like at one point, it's almost like you're in this exact ride. And like you're listening to a Disney what are they called? Is it a Disney staff member? I don't know.
Yeah, they're like an operator.
The
Yeah.
cast members.
Oh.
The cast member. Like I felt like The Rock was a cast member at one point.
Yeah. Like even when we left the movie, that like me and myself have never been to Disneyland, but everyone like Remy, you, and then Hannah, like all of you guys were like, "Yo, this." Like it was spot on to how it is at Disneyland. I was like, "Whoa!" Like
I was like,
that's
did they
crazy.
film that? Like I was like, "What?" Like,
and I was even talking to Remy about how the movie felt like 3 different experiences wrapped into one.
Yeah,
and you couldn't help but appreciate every single experience that you experienced. I mean, I don't know what better way to say that, to be honest. Yeah. Wait. Whoa, that was wild. Yeah, it was so amazing to be able to like just each moment was just like its own moment of a good movie. Like the movie started off good and then it just kept getting better and better and better and better. And then once you get to the end, you're like, whoa. It was like, whoa. Like you said, though, I could see this going into Emily Blunt coming back and being like the whole thing, like everything set it up perfectly, like beautifully. And there are a lot of points in this movie, though, where I was like, oh my goodness, if this was like PG-13 or R, like a real PG-13 movie, like it would have been magnificent. Like it was like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to get into any spoilers at this point, but it was like there was just points where you like it was just different points where you saw the action and where it could have led to. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, man, this action could have led to a lot of crazy things. And I believe that this literally could have been like on par with being like the next type of Pirates of the Caribbean type of movie, though, you know, and it still could be. Don't get me wrong. It
could be a big franchise. Honestly, it really could be.
But like, I think it would hurt the franchise to not get that little extra oomph that Pirates of the Caribbean still had, because that was a Disney. That wasn't that a Disney property or no?
Yeah.
Or did that? Did it become a Disney property later, the same way like Marvel did, or was it just from the jump?
It was Disney's from the jump. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Real Wade Nation said, Real Wade, maybe that's Wade. Real Wade Nation says, I saw it. It was boring and it was a free ticket for me. Man, hey, it was a free ticket for us too. Don't get me wrong, but I would have paid to see this movie. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't have been mad about paying for this one. This definitely was a family movie, and I don't know. I honestly don't know how people. Like, what was your expectations, Wade, when you went into this? Like, were you expecting Indiana Jones, like, or like a pirate? Like, were you expecting that level of, I guess, intenseness? Because I still feel like we had that level of intenseness, to be honest. Like,
adding on to what you were talking about earlier, though, there were moments in the movie that happened, and it happened a lot because it is a kid-friendly movie. There was a lot of jokes and stuff like that. But in some cases, for me, they went on longer than they needed to be. I don't know if you caught those moments as well. And like you were saying, they could have done a little bit of just tweaking just to give it a little more of that upper PG-13 level. And I think if they did a little less of all those jokes and maybe a little more intense dialogue, maybe something a little more interesting happens. With that said, I feel like it might have taken away. It might take away from the movie. But I'm not sure.
My man Way said, I was expecting like adventure, but the more I looked into it, it soured me. It soured me.
Soured you? Okay. I feel it.
Oh, man. I feel you, but
definitely
the CGI made me look worse. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that it was beautiful CGI, and because it wasn't, but it was good. It was good. Like for us, I feel like it was good, and yes. And if CGI isn't distracting, then I feel like it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The movie that had really distracting CGI for me was Captain Marvel. Like I couldn't get over the CGI in that movie. Like it was like distracting for me. The CGI. Oh, the CGI made it look worse than Pirates. Yeah. I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean though, like that movie was
It
like
still
all of
looks
those
really
movies
good if you
were.
watch it too.
Mhm.
Like if you rewatch Pirates, the first one, it still looks really good. It's
I
aged
don't know
really
what
well.
budget this movie had either, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
it looks
and
like it could have been
it
a
had
good
a
one
good
though.
cast though. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with that. For the cast, I thought that we were going to get kind of a bigger movie. And okay, so real quick, let's catch up in the comments, and then I'm gonna say what I have to say. Jungle Cruise was the first ride Walt put into the theme park. Did they use the classic line from the ride when they say the backside of water?
man, let me
Yo,
just tell you.
you got to check the movie out. You got to check it out.
All I gotta know is if you've been on Jungle Cruise the ride, you'll enjoy this movie.
Yes, you
Right
definitely will.
from the start, and if you've been on the ride, you'll feel it. We're not into spoilers quite yet, but if that ride is one of my favorite rides at Disneyland, and I really appreciated this movie for what it did towards that ride. With that said, I haven't gone since the renovations. It was down when I went about a month ago. Partly was probably because they probably filmed some of the scenes there. I'm not sure. Also, Real Wade Revolution.
Yeah,
Go ahead and.
Oh,
And the German guy was annoying.
yeah.
I kind of feel it.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out, right?
It was a good
This
base.
movie felt like a live action cartoon.
I feel that 100%.
This movie felt like Despicable Me, like Adam's like I think if this movie would have been an animation, it would have done really, really well. And a lot of the issues that people will have with it, they would not have with it.
Yeah.
Like just right off the bat. But with all that being said, I still feel that this movie was the best it could have been to be a live action cartoon. Like, because I don't think we really haven't had a lot of live action cartoons like that. Like to where it really like this felt like a cartoon all the way through. Like, I mean, from the first time we see Dwayne Johnson, like everything just felt like it felt very cartoony to me. Like, but it didn't take away from the movie because I kind of went in expecting the family adventure. And I think a lot of people are going to go in this movie thinking an action adventure.
Yeah. I think going into your comment, Real Wade, I think the movie could have got a lot better if the German dude was way more ferocious. He was kind of too nice, I thought. Like, I honestly, there's something that happens that he makes a deal with someone. I'll just say that. And I wish he did something in order to, I don't know. There's something should have happened. And I don't know. I just would have liked to see a lot more ferocity from the villain. Because I thought it was a good start for a villain for him, honestly. But there was some improvement. I thought they could have set him up to another level. Like, I'm talking like...
definitely, though.
Like, on par to some of the earlier great villains we got in the Indiana Jones series. Possibly. Or I don't know. I just wanted a little more ferocity from him because I thought it was too nice. I really did.
Yeah, but that just goes into what I'm saying about this being the like a live action cartoon because like in a cartoon he acted exactly how he would have acted. You know what I mean? Like that's just what. And then it really solidified it for me while we were watching it because the kids that were in the audience were rolling. Like they were
having a great time.
They were cracking up and they were like, like they were gasping and stuff. I was like, oh my goodness. Like it was awesome.
We're the same way too.
No, exactly. And it was awesome to see that, like, if you went with your whole family, so to speak, like if you have like 2-3 kids and they're all like 5 and up, and then you and your wife, like, your whole family will be able to enjoy the movie, like through its entirety.
Let's see. I feel like, okay, this is another situation very similar to Green Knight, but like, if there were spoilers that you wanted to talk about, I wouldn't give away the whole movie. What would you want to talk about? This is spoiler territory now, folks. Spoiler territory.
Okay.
Be warned.
So a spoiler that's not gonna ruin the whole movie.
Because the ending is kind of very specific, so it's not like.
Oh yeah, it's super specific.
So we can't just say it outright. But like, if there were things you wanted to talk about that are spoilery, what are you thinking of? Again, spoiler warning. Beware. If you want to watch this movie,
yeah,
I be wary. Okay.
I'll say everything about the boat almost pissed me off. Like, almost, because it was just super cheap. Like, that was the cheesiest thing to me, was the boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when they didn't go over that waterfall, I was like, what the fuck? What kind of sorcery is this? I was like, bro, he has a magic school bus boat.
Yo, honestly,
I was waiting for that thing to just take off in the air and just start flying. Like, bro.
For some reason, I feel like one of the trailers we watched actually had the boat go over the waterfall.
I think it did too, to be
honest. For some reason, I don't know why I have that visual in my head, but I feel like we saw that boat go over the waterfall in a commercial.
Because I was ready for it to go over the whole time. I was like, oh, yeah.
And it might have even been a cooler story that way, honestly.
Yeah. my man Juan's not tripping. He said I wasn't hyped, but now you have my attention. Spoil away.
Yeah.
For real. But yeah, that boat, yo, it was like when I say like this is the waterfall, this is the boat. It was on the cusp of going over. Like it was like right there. Like
this is the motor of the boat off the edge of the cliff.
And I was like, bro, I was like, so he kicked the boat into 4-wheel drive? Like, what just happened? I was so confused, man. I was so confused, to be completely honest. I was like, bruh. I was like, what? Excuse me? And then how bruh got, and then this, especially when you see, they put an emphasis on the boat being like broke down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
but it comes in super clutch. And it never breaks down like once in the movie after it starts. Like what after the initial breakdown, like everything is smooth sailing from there. And like they're like drifting around corners. I'm like, bro, all right. Like, okay.
Yeah, this is like it's like the crappiest looking boat, but it drives like a goddamn Ferrari. Or like
goddamn Batmobile is
Batmobile on the water. It felt like it had more mobility than the brand new boats that you see in this movie. Let's see. I thought the use of how they used the natives was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Considering the Rock's backstory. I thought that was an interesting aspect of the whole. That was one of my favorite parts, honestly.
Mine too.
Huge. This is probably the biggest spoiler thing I'm going to say. I would much rather have the tree that they live in blow up. That's dark as shit, but I would much rather have seen it blown up than it be left alone the way it did in the movie. How you feel about that?
I mean,
that's I wanted to feel more of that ferocity from the villain, bro. I really did.
He wanted it though. You know what I mean? He didn't want, like, that was the whole thing, is that his villainy came from the reason why he wanted it. It wasn't that he wanted it. You know what I mean? It was like he wanted it so the Germans could win the war. Like that's all he cared about. So he was like, bro, it's good. Like I'm not worried. Y'all can have whatever you want because once we have this, we're going to be fine. Yeah. And I think that was also I
like that twist also.
Yes.
Because they kind of tell you at the beginning of the movie, and then they kind of swoop it in there at some point. And I'm like, oh, I like that. Yeah. And like, okay, first off, yesterday we saw The Green Knight. Our review's up. Check it out. But in The Green Knight, there were some amazing transitions. In this movie, there was even better transitions with the use of maps and other stuff. I was like, yo, this is so cool.
They like did a drone out, and then it just turned into like the best map I've ever seen in my life. Like I felt like I was really looking at a map. Oh yeah, that was awesome. I love the importance, I guess you could say, of that transition because it is of the map.
Important.
You know what I mean? And then like the circle storytelling is what really like makes me commend this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that's
movie.
a good. That's
you know what I mean?
Because this movie definitely does come full circle in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And the map itself is very pivotal to that happening.
Yes. And I feel like everything is pivotal. Even the very beginning of the movie, like at the very start of the movie, we were like, "What in the heck is happening?"
I was like,
"What in the Skull Island? What in the Middle Earth?"
Was probably my least favorite part of the movie.
The beginning,
the very beginning at the museum type place. After that, though, my favorite part, everything was great, but like
I was talking about the very, very beginning when we have the intro and they talk about the conquistadors and all of that.
Oh, I thought that was pretty cool.
No, it was just like what the hell is happening at first because of how it started. It was like, yo,
after that intro though, when we're in London, that was my least favorite part.
Yeah, I think that first 15 minutes could have definitely been different or better. I don't know.
I think the reason why it didn't hit for me is because it was so kid friendly. Especially the whole ladder sequence, like that played out way too long for me. In my opinion, I felt like the ladder.
Yes.
Like that whole sequence played out little too kiddish and way too long for me. I felt like it could have been like they could have stepped it up a notch to make it like Indiana Jones level and be, have the excitement and actually have a nice intensity to it, and because it really did give me Indiana Jones vibes there, but they weren't giving it to me in the way an Indiana Jones movie would have given it to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense completely.
But after that, though, the whole movie was I loved the whole thing, except when they were in London.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not bad. I was just really nitpicky about that particular sequence. So like you guys might love it, So and it's definitely a movie that I think most people will come to enjoy. If you're a movie critic, you might trash it. I don't know.
Yeah. Possibly. I could see this movie getting trashed. But then again, I kind of can't because it's really it's a really good movie. What movie did we see recently? Space Jam. That was the other family movie. Yeah. I don't know which one I enjoyed more, to be honest, because I kind of enjoyed Space Jam because of everything that was happening in it, I guess.
I enjoyed this movie way more because it was serious.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Movie. Yeah.
Space Jam 2 was a kid movie, but it was serious. I think it would have been way better.
Yeah.
But it was.
I enjoyed Space Jam for the
kids.
Easter eggs. Like that's. I think that's why I really enjoyed that movie the most. Like it didn't even matter. Like the story didn't even matter almost. You know. So yeah. I enjoyed Jungle Cruise completely though. Like it was because it was really funny. Like literally, we were all laughing. Like and even at different parts, so that even shows that it hits different points of humor for like everyone. You know what I mean? And it just kind of lets everybody feel what they feel, basically. And to circle back to something that you were saying earlier, I really enjoyed the intensity of the relationship between Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. Even with him, everything he did, there was a reason for it. Even that all came back full circle. You know what I mean?
And I was genuinely shocked because I didn't see something coming.
I seen it once at a certain part. I was like, wait a second. Nah, bruh. I was like I knew that thing that we're talking about, you know what I mean? And then when it happened, I was like, I knew it, bro, because I was like, bro, my brain was like, it was like, bro, it was just so beautiful. Like it was one of those. It was like so beautiful that it was like yes.
And it was awesome because let me tell you guys, I'm like a movie forecaster. If I think something's happening, it's gonna happen. I didn't see this happening, and so it was a genuine surprise, and that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I don't know if it's because I wasn't focused, which I thought I was focused, but apparently I wasn't. But man, it took me for a loop, and I love that. I love that a lot.
Yeah, I was just so genuinely happy with this movie. Like I was pleased with it. Like watching it, like there was no point where I was like, okay, like this is kind of all right.
I'm curious to know what Jay would think. Jay should go see this.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he'll really.
It's all Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, I just think you have to buy it.
I think it's like the $30, right?
Yeah. We'll go again. We got the free tickets. We got the free tickets and just buy the kids one for him. That's like $9.
That works out.
Kid movies don't come out enough. I don't think kid movies come out enough to get a kid pass for the hot $24. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. But I think he would enjoy this movie. Because
he loves
he loves Space Jam, and that's what I was about to say. I wasn't sure what we were getting into with this movie. I think we can agree on that. Is like
I had very low expectations, especially because of my super high expectations for Green Knight. Great movie, by the way. Still. But check it out. So the expectations I wanted for this movie were met.
Yes.
And and for some of the things that we talked about, that's why I put it like at a 3.5, maybe a 4. It could be argued that I pick a 4, but a solid 3.5 is where I'm at with this movie on our Marvel Bros scale.
On the Marvel Bros scale, I'll give this I want to say a 3.5, but I liked it a little bit more, but I didn't like it enough for a 4, so I'm gonna do my 3.7 thing. You know what I mean?
3.7.
Okay. I'll give it and what made it a 3.7 from a 3.5, because I was at a 3.5 for pretty much the entire movie up until when it got Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Because that was awesome,
I was bro, I was surprised people didn't clap at the end. That's how I was like, man, that movie was.
I wish we got more of that. Because there's a moment where you're like, okay, but we're at Indiana Jones level right now, right? And all of a sudden, we're at Indiana Jones plus extreme pirates mode, right? And I was like, yo, we need more of this. And I'm saying that as a fan of the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean. That first trilogy, honestly, blew my mind. Everything after that, I really wasn't a fan of, but they're still good movies. I didn't realize how much I missed Pirates of the Caribbean until I watched this movie.
Oh my gosh, I agree completely, bro. I truly agree completely, and that is what turned it for me. Was that part? It was just oh my gosh, did this really just happen? That's how it was. It was whoa. And then just watching the interactions and just how everything looked, it was just bruh, I miss Pirates of the Caribbean, yo. And I hope this was Disney being hey, we're gonna do that thing that you think we're gonna do because we love to reboot everything. So it's about damn time for a reboot.
Oh, I was like, what's that box in the back? Speaking of pirates, I forget everything's backwards. I just wasn't ready for it. It just took me back. In Merced, where we're from, there's an old theater tower that it's the iconic Merced thing, right?
Yeah.
At that theater, they play movies for $5. I think 2 weeks ago, they had Pirates of the Caribbean and the Black Pearl. And I was so mad because I really wanted to go. But the day that I saw the poster above the digital thing was the night that I was downtown doing something else, and I was like, "Yo, I'm so upset."
Wow.
Because I had went, I think, a couple weeks prior to watch Saving Private Ryan. It was like $5,
Nice.
Got a beer. They sell alcohol there, so it was,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay, so is this the one by the donut shop or the one by the
Yes.
bank? Okay, the by the donut shop. I got you.
The one by the bank is, I think it's technically, they have big theater screens because it was a theater, but it's a restaurant. They have like arcade games. They have a bar. They have, and I think it's part of the hotel as well. That's right there as well. So
wait,
it's
the
like
Tioga?
It's all. I think they're all the same owner. I'm pretty sure.
Oh snap! That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope spot.
Awesome. Support local businesses, yo.
Yeah. And that theater also plays kids movies all the time.
That's awesome.
I know they played The Lion King. They played the Goofy movie. They always play a bunch of stuff.
That's cool.
They released like on social media, they'll release like 4 or 5 movies at a time. And I think Pirates just finished up their cycle that they had done. So I'm sure we'll see another cycle coming up soon.
Definitely.
But this movie was great, man. This movie was really great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really happy we got a chance to see this, especially after watching it after the Green Knight.
Yeah.
It gave us the energy, the excitement that we kind of wanted from Green Knight.
Definitely.
Still a great movie. First off, right? So
I think this is the best. I think this movie was like the best one that we all enjoyed out of the last ones that we've seen, because it's been Snake Eyes.
Yeah, we've actually watched.
It was The Purge, Snake Eyes, and Space Jam, and Green Knight. So those 4, those are the last
3 movies that didn't meet our expectations.
Yeah, it was like
one of which was still really good, but Green 2 of them for sure.
Snake Eyes was freaking
dog.
That was just.
I don't even want to call it dog water. I feel like
that was the piece of gum that gets stuck on the bottom of your shoe that just turns black after a while because you just walk so much on it. Like
shrimp poop. It can't even be dog poop. It's shrimp poop. It's just not. This is not it.
Yeah, that. Oh my gosh, the disrespect, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, on Family Guy, when Brian and Stewie are walking with the record of "Bird is the Word" because Peter is playing it over and over again, and then they just jump the movie and just start stomping it out and beating it with the bat. That's me and you with that movie, yo. That's definitely me and you with Snake Eyes, because that was just a terrible movie. But Jungle Cruise, though,
check out our Snake Eyes review, because most of it is us roasting the shit out of that movie, because
we were like trying to figure out why. That was a good one. You guys should check that out for sure. Yeah, because that Snake Eyes review is just brutal. But the Jungle Cruise honestly had me pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I can see the same thing.
And that's something that none of the movies that we were just talking about, they did not have our the last 3 didn't have our attention like that. It was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm watching this movie attentively and I'm kind of mad at the end that I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My man Obi-Wan said, bro, Snake Eyes is an OG legend and they did him dirty. The disrespect on my man's name is just
Obi-Wan, that's an understatement. Okay.
Shit.
Like, they got him dirty, threw him in a volcano, let that volcano go dormant, and then nuked it, and then it's just sand, not even a mountain anymore. What are you doing?
Whose idea was this?
Whose idea? Someone needs to get fired. This is not.
Several people need to get fired.
Calm down.
He said, "I'm gonna pass out." Yo. I feel you completely. I feel you completely, though. But thankfully, we didn't see that with this movie. I think that's what we can really We were so, because I think in that first 15 minutes in London, I think everyone in our all of us together, we were all really nervous about the movie at that point. We were like, we were like, shit, I hope this gets better.
Yeah.
I hope this gets better than this.
And
And thankfully it did. It did get better, and it can it's one of those movies where it keeps going up. Like even where when the downtime is supposed to be, and then it brings you back up, there's not really a downtime. Like the stock just keeps going up. It's like, but we keep going up. It only went down by like 0.1%, maybe.
I mean, I think everything I could probably say about the movie, because I don't want to. There's honestly a lot of key stuff that come around that I don't want to say, and you guys got to like experience this movie for yourselves, because it's just a fun movie, man. And at the end of the day, as long as you have a good time, have fun, get an escape from your day-to-day lives, and not be mad coming out. I appreciate movies like that. This movie was a great escape for me. Not that I need to escape from anything, but like.
No, but for real,
I had a blast.
You go into the movie. So
yeah.
I really understand with what you're saying about that escape thing, because that's what I mean. The Green Knight did that in a way, but it did it in a way that left you confused, because it felt like the Green Knight honestly felt like we all took shrooms together, and then that was what we experienced. Yeah. But this movie, it was like blues could do. You can too. You know what I mean? And then we went into the movie. Like, that's kind of what that was. That's kind of what that was. And it was just it was really enjoyable, because I just, like you said, I don't want to spoil it, because even though it's not a great movie, I don't think it's gonna win any Oscars. I don't think it's gonna win any awards by any means. Not for digital or nothing. Like, no, I don't think anything across the board.
Maybe comedy.
Maybe.
The Martian won a comedy award, and it's not even a comedy. With that said, I love that movie, and it's actually kind of funny. But it's very funny.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, bro, it's funny, and it has a lot of science jokes that I had me rolling.
So you were nerding out?
I could watch that movie over and over and over again and not get bored. Like, that's where I'm at.
That's awesome.
And I would love to rewatch this movie. I don't know if I'd watch it in the theaters again, but if it was ever on TV and I was looking for something to watch, I'd gladly watch this movie again.
Would you drop the hot 30 for it?
No.
Would you go halves? Drop the hot 15?
I'll go halves.
And get like a whole big family thing together, and just like kind of watch the movie.
And a barbecue.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what did you rate this movie on the Marvel Bros scale?
This is like a 3.5 for me. Okay. Almost.
I
could say a 3.7. I think a 3.7.
You can say.
I can say a 3.7.
Okay, all right. I'll take it, because that's definitely what I'm saying.
I guessed 3.5 with no expectations.
Yes.
So I was a little generous. I really was. I wasn't going to say 2.5, but I thought that was a little too low. And
if you would have said 2.5, I would have been like, Christian.
I said 3.5 because I knew The Rock and
Emily
Blunt were in there. That's why I said 3.5 right off the get.
And they brought I don't know if they brought their A game, but they brought like a high B+.
Yeah, they did well. They did really well.
Yeah,
and I love that.
It really a little spoilery, a little bit again, but I don't know about you, but seeing that end part had me pumped for Black Adam.
It did.
Like seeing that part, it was like, oh yeah, like
The Rock looks huge in this movie, bro.
Like, bro, when we see him as Black Adam in Egypt, like, I'm like, bro, I am all the way there. Like, I was like, oh yeah, bro, this is gonna be magnificent.
Yeah. But again, check this movie out. That was pretty awesome.
I think we've said all that we can say.
Yeah. Before we head out, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at MarvelBros23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and our YouTube channel for all of our content and much more.
That is right. And you can also check out our website, www.marvelbros.com. And on our website, you can watch this live if you would like, or you can donate and help us out with what we're doing here, or you can check out some merchandise that we have on there.
Yeah.
We got some shirts. I think we got some Marvel Bro mugs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely gonna have to get you one. And on our website, you can also join our Discord. The Discord link is also in the description of this video. There's a link in the comment section. I'll probably slap another. No, it's still in there. It's right there. You can join our Discord. We talk about basically everything that we go live about, almost everything that we post. We pretty much talk about everything. And if you want to join the conversation, don't hesitate to, because we always talk back no matter what. We literally always are discussing stuff. So it'll be awesome to see you guys, and tune back in on Sunday when we go over the pop culture news of the last week. And we do that every week. Yep. So much love to everybody. And you guys have a good one. Excelsior. Marvel Bros Pop Culture News Updates are now available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. You can also watch Marvel Bros live every Sunday on Facebook.com, or you can watch them on YouTube, where we upload regularly. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Marvel Bros 23 to keep up with all things Marvel and everything pop culture.